Okay, take two. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and wherever you are in the globe. I hope you're having a great day, everybody. This is Myrma Alvarez, and I am from Baby Solutions. And I started the go live earlier, but then I got some technical issues with my sound. So let me see if you are able to. Let me just see if you're able to my sound. Okay. So I have a sound. And so this is another 90 days go live challenge. It's my day 51. Woohoo! Woohoo! So today, if you were if you were following me, you if you watch the go live with my accountability partners earlier, and we discussed this mindset versus skills, and I wanted to do that again today because like I want to say more, but we were a lot of us there, so it's just a very limited time for each of us to discuss things. So I wanted to discuss it again here, the mindset versus skills. So which is actually more important, the mindset or the skills? But before that, uh, let me just define and distinguish mindset versus the skill. And this is from Google. Mindset, it is the internal compass. Mindset is how you think and your underlying beliefs about what is possible. It is the mental foundation that dictates how you react to challenges. It is your why, the deep reason you're building this business. It's your grit, the persistence to keep on going when you hit a syntax error or when you're having a bad day. The motto here, I am capable of learning this. I am capable of being successful here. I can be successful here and I will be successful here. That's the mindset. How about the skills? The skills, the the external toolkit. Skills are the practical abilities and technical know-how you use to perform specific tasks. They are things that can be taught, practiced, and mastered over time. It's your how. Knowing how to use social media, how to follow training script, or how to set up an ad. It's your training. It's the repeatable steps you follow to get result. The motto here is I know which buttons to press. So that's the distinction between the mindset and the skill. So in summary, the mindset is really your why, because your why, like I said earlier, the why lives in your mindset, while your skill is those trainings that you did, all those skills or your abilities that you learn, you got from the training or from your studies or from your work. When you are doing it repeatedly, then you will acquire the skills. That's the skill. But the mindset is your mental capacity to handle all these things that your skill is doing. Okay, but I really believe that mindset is the foundation, especially at the very beginning, especially in starting this online business. First, you have your why. You have your big why, your strong why, and it's mostly why you are starting this business is because you want to better your life. You want to improve the lives of your family, your kids, and other people that you are helping, right? So you have a big why, or you experience hardship before and you don't want to experience that anymore. You don't want your kids to experience that, or you want a more comfortable life for you and your family. So that's your big why. And then you start this business, and then you learn all the skill, you learn everything. You start this business with no knowledge of handling a business, managing a business, or social media, or you are not tech, you don't know any tech abilities. And then our automated system includes training, where you will learn everything about the business, about social media, about technical skills, how you post videos, how you edit videos, how you learn to go live, how you learn to post things, how you learn to use apps, and all those things, how you talk to people. So that's the skill that you acquire while you are doing all your training and all your experiences doing this business. But your mindset is mostly what is your why in there, why you have to have a strong mindset, because you have a goal. So think about, I have a very good example about this one is, when I first came to US. I arrived in US year 2000, January of 2000, and I bought a car the first year because I had a baby with me, 9 months old baby. And then I need to work. So luckily, thank God, I landed a job right away as an accountant. So they actually considered my credentials from the Philippines. I was an accountant in the Philippines, so I was lucky enough to land a job being an accountant on my very very first job here in US. So I had to drive because my mom was also working at that time. So everybody is working. So I have to drive, and have to drive my baby to the daycare center, to the babysitter and all that before I go to my work. And my first car was my brother-in-law's car that I bought. It's a used car, but it's a sports car, and it's stick shift. And I really didn't know how to drive a stick shift that time, but I learned it for a few minutes. My brother-in-law taught me in a parking lot when he brought the car to me, and then he taught me how to do the stick shift. And then over time, I learned to drive the stick shift. So for 1 year, that's what I used, the stick shift old sports car. And then after 1 year, I bought an automatic car. And that's what I've been using, automatic car, change car, but then still automatic for 20 years, right? And then all of a sudden, so I never drove the stick shift anymore. And then all of a sudden, my daughter, the 9 months old, became adult and was already driving at that time, and she wanted her car to be a stick shift, like, because she knew that I was driving a stick shift before. And so her dream car was a stick shift. And then she had a dealt with a car owner that is a stick shift, that was like more than 50 miles away from my home. And she said, "Mommy, I want to buy this car, and I already had a deal. I agreed to the deal, and we just have to get the car from this house." And I said, "What do you mean? Nobody will drive the car because she didn't know how to drive a stick shift." And then I said, "But I haven't driven a stick shift for more than 20 years." But then, knowing that she really liked to have that car, she loved to have that car. She was dreaming to have that stick shift car, and this one is a sports car, too old sports car. And then, so I want her to have her dream car, not be disappointed, and especially that there is no more turning back because she already have agreed to the deal. And so I was forced to go to that faraway city, and which is a complicated city. I don't even want to drive there with my automatic car. But then that's the strong why. I have to get the car so that my daughter will have it. And when we got there, I really have no idea if I still know how to drive the stick shift. But like I said, if you have the skill, if you learn that skill before, you will not forget it. So what I did was just practice first in the streets, around the house where we got the car, and then drove from that house to through the freeway to our house. And I was so nervous at that time, but then I have to have the strong mindset so that I can have the confidence to drive the car. And luckily I was able to survive. And that car was, even like the bad the surprising part about it is that car was in their garage for more than 2 years. Nobody was using it, so I don't even know if it has any uh, damages there, if it's running or not. I just like took the car, put the ignition, switched the ignition, and went on while my daughter drove my other car, which is automatic. And so that's my experience. So if you have a strong why, you have a strong mindset, because you have a goal, you have a goal to do, and your mindset must be strong. Especially in this online business, you have to have a strong mindset, because in this business, this is not a get rich quick business, and not everyone is at the same pace as everyone. Some people are fast. Some people reach their milestones, several milestones fast, but some people are taking it slow or kind of slow for some reason or another. But the important thing is their mindset. They don't give up. Even if the pacing is slow, you don't give up. There are times that this is like up and down, up and down. Sometimes you are so motivated, you are so pumped up, but there are times you are discouraged, you are disappointed for some things that didn't happen, and then you get frustrated, and you want to quit if your mindset is very weak. But if your mindset is strong, then you will not quit. You will find ways to offset the negative things that happen along the way, and you always think of positive, and that's your mindset. That's very, very important. Otherwise, nobody will be successful in the business if you have a very weak mindset. And like I said, mindset is where your why lives. And so if you have a strong enough reason to reach your goal, then that why gives you the persistence to keep on driving. And in this business, we provide the manual through our simple training and mentorship. But it's your mindset that determines if you'll stay on the road. When you hit a pothole or a technical challenge, your skills might tell you how to fix it. But your mindset and your why are what give you the grit to actually do it and not pull over and quit. Right? Do you agree? You have to believe you are capable of learning, and you have to remember why you started. Once those two things are in place, the skills are just as easy steps that follow. So, what is the takeaway here? Baby's takeaway. We can give you the best driver's manual, like what I said about driving. We can give you the best driver's manual in the world, and the training, how to drive a sports car, how to drive a stick shift, a sports car, how to drive the automatic. But with our training in the business, with our training scripts, but we want to help you build the mindset where you feel confident enough to start the journey. And then when you have that mindset, you will continue on with what you have, the mindset that you have right now, always positive, always strong, always focus on your why. So, okay, that's my 2 cents for tonight. And thank you very much to every one of you, to every one of you who are watching right now, and for people who are going to watch later on. Thank you very much for all your support with our Babies community, and also have my Myrma Alvarez personal page, and my other page, Myrma Flux. And thank you very much. So I have a comment here at GU3ST143, and he said, "Okay, yes, okay. We have to have a positive mindset all the time so we can attract all the positivities and positive vibes all the time." So like I was telling, if you are following me, I don't want to attract negative vibes in here. I always want to attract positive vibes, and no space for me for negativities around. So God bless everyone, and praying for world peace. Thank you very much, and see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.